State Senator Kristin Phillips-Hill, and I'm here at the 108th Pennsylvania Farm Show with the Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary Redding.
Always good to see you.
Always
Happy
good
New
to
Year,
see
happy
you.
Farm Show.
Happy New Year, happy Farm Show.
Yeah.
It's been a great farm show.
It's off and running. It's been amazing. We'll have all four seasons experienced in this week of Farm Show, right? We've got the rain and snow, but it's a happy place, right? I always look forward to this, and the people who are here, the products that are here, the story we get to tell. It's just a really nice way to launch the year.
Absolutely. And I was here yesterday. I bumped into so many people. It was hard to actually get back home. And I said, we're from New York County. Of course we meet our friends and neighbors here at the Pennsylvania Farm Show.
Yes, a lot of them here.
A lot of them here.
Yeah.
A lot of important things going on in agriculture right now.
Yeah, there's no shortage, right? I mean, we had Congressman G.T. Thompson here this week talking about the federal farm bill, which is critical to Pennsylvania agriculture, from
and how
nutrition.
Awesome to have him at the helm of the farm bill.
Yeah, listen, we haven't had a chairman of the House Agriculture Committee since the Civil War.
Yeah.
Right, so it's a big deal at such a critical time. And then you've got all of our state issues.
Well, and we have certainly seen a lot of legislation and action being taken on many of those issues. And, York County has a lot of dairy farmers, and Senator Vogel and Senator Schwank have introduced legislation to deal with the over-under issue and milk premiums. And give us your perspective on that.
Well, I can't wait for the introduction of that legislation, right? It's been years in the making. It's like a lot of the other issues we deal with, right? It takes time to figure it out, and how do you sort of find this equilibrium between what we're doing today and what we need to do to improve that farm income for these dairy producers. You have heard it, and I've heard it. I've been in your the ag breakfast with you, and there's a sensitivity there that we're asking all of the consumers of Pennsylvania to pay a premium, but that premium doesn't go back to all Pennsylvania producers. So that's an issue. It's a rub with a lot of folks. So we're going to try to fix that. Senator Vogel just the other day said, "Hey, I'm anxious to get it introduced." So that's an issue, and I think that has been at least 15 years in the making.
And that's a long time.
It's a big deal.
That's a long time. They say on average it's about 6 years from an idea to law, and so it sounds like it's beyond due.
Yeah.
You were recently down in York County. You came to York College to check out the new horticulture program.
Yeah.
Exciting things going on there. What do you think?
It's pretty amazing. I was really blown away by two things. One, the way they've structured the major. Right, it's environmental horticulture, which is a unique sort of description and compilation, but I know what they're driving at, right, to get at some of those environmental issues. At the same time, they do it through plants, right? I think there's a really wonderful combination, very brilliantly put together. And then two is just the facilities, right? When I saw what they had, I'm a former dean of Ag and Environmental Sciences.
Right.
Right. I am envious that they have that type of faculty, the research capacity, and the facilities to teach all of those students. So I thought it was a really wonderful gift to Central Pennsylvania to have that school, that major, that expertise and credentialing available for us as Pennsylvania agriculture.
And I was so excited because I watch our farm families send their kids to Delaware, to Iowa, to Kansas, to Nebraska, to go to college, to be educated, and we hope that they come back to their family farm.
Right.
And so to see that type of academic opportunity, they don't have to go up to Penn State, they don't have to go over to Del Val, they can get it right in York County. I was really excited.
That was cool. I mean, I don't know what I expected. I read a little bit about it online, and then when you got there, I realized that they really put a lot of thought into structure, and then facilities, and then the faculty who were there. We met them, right? I'm like, this is no joke, man. Right? These guys are serious about it, and the quality of that education is going to be exceptional.
I'm excited. I think it's going to help pay dividends to York County and Central Pennsylvania agriculture.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming.
It's nice. Thanks for inviting me. Thank you.
Yeah,
it's
really
good.
Appreciate that. Farmland preservation, energy generation. Southern New York County generates a lot of energy, but we also have some of the best soils in perhaps the nation. I was really shocked that you were down at an event in Southern New York County. You talked about how envious you were about our yields per acre and the high quality of that soil. We have so much pressure because what we're seeing is states like Maryland have flawed energy policies, that they're decommissioning energy generation and not putting new energy generation online, and looking to Pennsylvania to do that. And in my district alone, we have a nuclear plant, 2 natural gas plants, hydro capacity. We do a lot to generate power for the grid. And you look at Maryland, they're looking at 40% less production than they consume. And from all indications, it's going to go up. From there, we're producing 81% more energy than we consume as Pennsylvanians. It's really concerning. We don't want to see the loss of prime, pristine farmland, but we also recognize that we need to have power. Where do you see this going?
Yeah. Well, I think two things I would just say. One is I think there's got to be some greater level of transparency around sort of what it is that we're doing, just as you've laid it out, right? Because everything we try to do inside of this Chesapeake Bay watershed is looked at as one-dimensional, right? It's food, it's the environment, it's energy, it's land use. The reality is that they are all interconnected by way of what people are expecting in quality of life, what they're expecting to wake up to with hot water, right? It's what all of that stuff to me is where the conversation has to be when we're talking about why we're preserving the land, right? What we're trying to do inside of the energy policies of the Commonwealth, to have that part and parcel to the conversation about Chesapeake Bay. We spend a lot of time on that issue. And every time we get in this, at the Ag Committee and the Environmental Committee and the Appropriations Committee, our ability to meet the expectations that have been set forth within the total maximum daily load, it's not impossible, but it's not on the timeline that we're talking about. But it's only in the context of the environment, right, and water quality. But what about energy, right? Do the states that have the same concern about our compliance with water quality in the Chesapeake Bay, do they have an equal concern about the energy production in Pennsylvania? Probably not, right? But therein lies sort of this dichotomy of you can't have it both ways.
Absolutely.
So for me, that's like the conversation. Let's talk about that.
Exactly.
Right? So it's a great topic. And then how does it translate into land use? We see the pressures. We've got some of the best farmland, if we stuck to Pennsylvania, in the state, in southern New York County. Beautiful farms.
Incredible farms.
We want to keep them. That's an important part of the fabric of Pennsylvania.
It's a big part of our local economy as well. And we produce it all. We're sitting here looking across the way at beautiful apples. We have some incredible orchards, as do you in your home county of Adams. It really is. Potatoes, just a whole host of crops. Corn, soybeans, Christmas trees, you name it, we can grow it in southern New York County.
You do it, and I've been at your agribusiness dinner at the York Fairgrounds.
It's impressive.
It's impressive, and I'm always reminded is how big and magical agriculture is in York County. So you represent a special place. So
no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah.
Well, I have certainly enjoyed all of the new things here at the farm show. I have enjoyed more milkshakes than I should have. Salted caramel was a huge hit. I have cuddled goats. I've actually laid down with some cows over in the arena over there. Got some good southern New York County cows hanging out here. Hopefully they'll do real well.
Tomorrow's the day.
Tomorrow is the day.
Yes.
We'll be excited to see how they perform in the arena. Walked around with Julie Shrum. She's a farmer from Fawn Grove, and she sits on the state board of directors for the Pennsylvania Farm Bureau.
Yep.
And it was great to get her perspective on the farm show. And I've learned a lot this week.
I learn a lot every time I walk around, and I'm humbled by what people do, right, who stay in this business. I admire, what they can do with, the genetics and knowledge, and take all the risk and produce these amazing products, right? To me, that's a real gift to Pennsylvania, and we try to represent that and celebrate that this week. So thank you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And we'll look forward to seeing you
Yeah.
at our next Ag Breakfast soon.
It'll be fun.
In York County.
It'll be a great conversation, I'll tell you.
I look forward to
Thank
it.
you.
And thank you so much.
Pleasure's mine. Thank you.